beginning here, take a deep breath. Exhale slowly as you look down between your feet. Inhale as you raise your head. Exhale as you look over your left shoulder. Inhale as you center. Exhale as you look over the opposite shoulder. Do this exercise and then just slightly lift the chin, clench the jaw. Repeat the exercises again. Remember to keep the inhalations and exhalations smooth and even. I'll show you from the side the chin raising. Just lift the chin a couple of inches. Do not crease the back of the neck. You can clench the muscles around the jaw. This gives you a nice stretch around the throat and front of the chest. The neck should never be rotated in a backward condition. Standing relaxed. Imagine that you have a pole in front of you and your nose is constantly pointing towards that pole, either at ground level or higher. This keeps your neck at the right angle for the exercise without any unnecessary strain or risk of injury. Relax as you rotate and let the neck shoulder muscles ease off from their tension. Rolling the shoulders. Do not force the shoulders. In fact, you should not force any exercise. Always work within your own comfort zone and limitations. Get to know your limitations. If you have limitations that stop you from doing an exercise in its entirety or completeness, then you should work in graduated steps towards a higher level, if that at all is possible. Anyone who has any doubts about their exercises should always consult a GP. Reaching up as though plucking fruit from a tree, standing up on tiptoe, stretching up as though holding or gathering something, or pushing the ceiling up. This is a great exercise for stretching the muscles around the back and sides of the body. Calf muscles, hamstrings, they all get some work in this exercise. The muscles around the toes. I suggest that you feel what's happening during the exercises, then you'll get to know what each exercise does. This exercise should never be hurried, should be done in a nice relaxed manner. Again, the shoulder rolling, if done in an advanced way, shows you that after 6 months or a year of doing a class in one manner or fashion, you can always add an extra little piece to an exercise to keep people's interest and also to develop their flexibility. Very gentle forward bend for anyone with the slightest stiff back or any back condition. Variations of this exercise are often used in therapy, and when you have people in your classes who are not used to exercising, you should always start them with the most minimal exercise possible. This is a slightly more advanced version for the slightly fitter people who can raise their arms above the head and twist. Again, be aware of any discomfort. Make sure that no one's doing this exercise if it doesn't suit them. Breathing out as you turn, breathing in as you center. Relax. A slightly more advanced version. Make sure that you breathe out as you bend forwards, pulling your diaphragm inwards and upwards. This can gently massage the internal organs as well as doing the more obvious stretches. The biggest problem with most exercise classes is that there's only one level, and that has to suit a multitude of people. You might like to consider starting classes for beginners, intermediate and advanced in the same subject. A simple waist turning exercise can strengthen all of the actions of the waist and spine. Again, remember to exhale as you turn, inhale as you center. In the stronger movement, you try to reach behind or in front of your body to the opposite side. From a simple waist turn to a more complex waist turn for those people with a more complex waist. Gentle hip rotation. Beware of anyone who has got back problems. As an instructor, you know that you should ask people at the beginning of your class if they have any back problems or knee problems. The back problems include any area to the upper spine, neck, gently rotate the hips, relaxing, not trying to go for as big a stretch as possible, just loosening up. Lower back and legs. Gentle crouch or squat. Halfway down, nothing too ambitious. Nice and easy. Anyone who's not used to exercise may find that even this movement is too far for them to go. They can vary it according to their own ability. Lower back, upper legs, or legs and bums for the girls. The simple knee raising or kicking exercises, knee raising being a prelude to kick, can have quite an extraordinary effect over a length of time in strengthening the lower back and the upper legs. Gently try to pull the knee up towards the shoulder or armpit. And relax afterwards. Balance is very important. Anyone with any balance difficulties might find it difficult to stand on one leg as they reach the other foot backwards. They can always hold on to the back of a chair or a wall bar or any other convenient solid supporting object. It's even possible that people can use each other for support. Getting comfortable. Make sure that your elastic's in the right place. Achilles tendon. The Achilles in particular tends to get shorter by wearing shoes with heels on. Even trainers have an inch or so sort of heel. So very, very important to stretch the Achilles. Calf muscles can get tight through too much cycling, walking, playing football, etc., etc. Variation. A heel and toe exercise, good as a warming down exercise, this one for calf and the area along the top of the foot. Bearing in mind that the calf muscles, or soleus and gastrocnemius, is where many people get cramp from the nerve that's trapped in between the two of them when the muscles spasm after doing exercises and maybe sitting or laying down in the evening, not having done enough stretching out and relaxation. A knee block exercise, I call this one. A little exercise that I devised helps to open up the groin. You can gently stretch out the leg to the side, trying to keep your pelvis facing forwards, toes pointing downwards. You can use the back of the hand to assist if necessary. Ankle rotations. Simple exercise, again very important. If you're not used to walking on rough ground or beaches, which the foot sinks into the sand when you're walking on the beach or soft sand, therefore that strengthens the ankle in all directions. If you're just used to sitting at a desk, then remember the ankles. The warm-up exercises may be altered slightly and the sequence shuffled, but remember to work on a safe head-to-toe principle at all times and to vary the exercises according to the fitness of the least able member of the group. If necessary, start a group for lesser able. Dian Dao Ba Qi Gong. Before commencing the 8 Qi gathering breaths, we will look at the hand movements. To begin with, in bear stance, with the feet turned in, scoop the hands upwards as you inhale, turn the palms over, lower them down the front of the body to dantian level. Again, scoop the hands upwards, turn them over, bring them down the front of the body, level with the dantian. Now that we've seen the hand movements, we can try the whole form. Stand quietly, concentrate your mind, think about what you're going to do. Remember the Qi circulation, as you were taught in the Baduanjin instructor's training course. When you're ready, in eagle stance, knees slightly bent, transfer your weight to your right foot, step out with your left. Do the two forms with me to practice. From ready, inhale, raise your arms up to head height, turn the palms over, exhale, lower. Think about your Qi circulation. Lower and relax. Now when you're ready, do all 8 repetitions together. Get ready.
rolling.
Alright, we'll try the movements together. From bear stance, number 1, 2 hands push the sky, the salient points, keep the knees bent, keep the shoulders as relaxed as possible, even when you're doing the gentle stretch. Let's look at that one again. Bringing your hands in, fingertips close together but not touching. Scoop the hands forwards and up, keeping those shoulders as relaxed as possible. Now a gentle push forwards, then lower. Think about centering your chi as you finish the exercise, although beginners needn't worry about that aspect. Number 2, separate heaven and earth. You take one hand up, the other one down, pressing down just slightly behind the thigh. As the hands come back down, change over. The hand that was down goes up, the hand that was up goes down. You can look at the upper hand, but it's not absolutely necessary for beginners. Stretching the hands up, remember that your fingertips should point outwards. That is to say, your left hand fingers should point out to the left, your right hand fingers should point out towards the right. Always maintain a calm and relaxed attitude. Let's see that one more time. Bringing your hands up in preparation, stretch gently. A positive stretch but without any force. Coming back down, changing over. The two movements either side make one complete form. Number 3, looking behind you. Remember that you must exhale as you turn. Some people may not be able to turn this far. You could limit it just to a small neck movement, looking slightly to the side without twisting the body. However, when you're twisting the body, keeping the spine straight and erect, then you are doing more good, as long as it's done gently. All exercises done softly, especially for beginners. Remember that this is beginner's level. Bringing your feet in at the end of that one from bear stance to eagle stance in preparation to step out for the next exercise. Number 4, the horseback archer. Originally riding the horse and drawing the bow to shoot the tiger. Two fingers of the left hand are like the immortal man pointing the way, or the Tai Chi sword fingers as they're sometimes known. The two fingers of the bow hand should point up towards the ceiling. The other hand, the rear hand you might say, is drawing the string back, fingers slightly hooked. It's quite important to actually dissolve the bow after the movements, relaxing, centering the chi. Let's look at that again. Look at the fingers of the bow hand, and 2 fingers pointing up towards the ceiling. Draw the bow in a straight line across the chest and shoulders. Note how the hands form a straight line. You should be able to draw a straight horizontal line between the bow hand and the string hand. Stepping in to finish, centering your chi. Number 5. Search the clouds and ground. This is the small frame version, especially suitable for people who are not used to exercising or unfit. Tiger mouth or uga on the thigh. The hands can be allowed to slide on the thigh position, as there's no great pressure and you're not gripping. Remember to exercise care in these exercises so that you're not compressing the spine. As an instructor, you should always try and feel what the exercise is doing. Be conscious and aware of all movements at all times, and then you can encourage your students to do the same thing. You'll find that they'll get a lot more out of their exercise. Bringing your hands up, turning them over, place them lightly on the thighs. The back is straight at this point. You're trying to keep the back as straight as possible throughout the whole exercise. Roll around gently to your left, looking at the ground. Roll around gently to the right. Search the sky. Good. Come upright to finish. Bring your hands back. Now let's just look at that hand position in a little bit closer detail. Number 6. Bend as though scooping water from the stream. Stepping out to small horse or riding goat. Version 1. Very easy for anyone who's not done any exercise for a long while, or anyone who's unfit. Version 2, taking it a little further but still without strain. can see the legs are taking the weight, not the back. That's number 6, scooping the stream. Try the smaller version first. Just bend the knees. Just very, very easily lean forwards as though looking at something between your feet. Straighten up and relax. Version 2, you'll see that in version 2 the same starting posture is used. The hands turn over, push downwards and scoop. And this is more like a lifting posture, a very small lift, as though standing astride by a small table at around about sort of knee or thigh height, lowering your posture as though lifting a small but slightly heavy box from that table, lifting with the legs, not the back. Slantwise punching and glaring with tiger eyes, number 7. Punching out at around about 45 degrees. Let's try that again. Step out to the side. It's fairly common that we step out to the left. The fists should be light, like a Tai Chi fist, hollow, as though holding a bird's egg which you do not want to crush. Glare with the eyes at the fist as it stretches out. 45-degree angle. Now let's just look at the heel position of number 8 before we do it. You can see that the heels are not allowed to hit the floor as you drop. Instead, you get a slight bounce. The idea is to shake very gently without the heel hitting the floor. Stretch up on tiptoe as you inhale, exhale as you relax and bounce. The whole body should be reasonably straight but as relaxed as you can possibly make it. This shakes the internal organs into place. Settle down to end. You don't have to turn, I'm doing this just to be tidy. Face the camera. Thank you. Excellent. Now we can all do the 8 forms together. We will start with 4 repetitions, and as our strength builds up we can increase to 6, then the full 8 repetitions of each exercise or form.